No makeup, pigtails kind of day, so I hope you're in the mood for that. I am making crispy eggplant pasta. I'm Elysabeth Alfano, and I'm here cooking all the time on Jan Unchained and on YouTube, and I love to cook. So let's get into it. Crispy eggplant pasta has eggplant. So I have taken, it was kind of I already chopped it up. Sorry, everybody. It was a long, not too fat eggplant. I'm going to turn this on to see the comments. And I've cut it to about, I try to be as consistent as I can. I cut it to about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. And I've chopped up the whole eggplant. And before I'm actually going to do anything with my eggplant, I soaked it in water and salt, and the salt is going to take out a little bit of the bitterness. So I soaked it in water and salt for about 15 minutes, and then I just patted it dry with a paper towel. Okay, so I'm just about to make my crispy eggplant, which is, star of the dish. But first, it's pasta. So I got to make my sauce, and like all good Italian girls, we got to have good sauce under our belt. So again, I kind of got started before you guys. Where's my in my sauce, I have chopped and diced tomatoes, a little bit of tomato paste, basil, oregano, hello, and I have onions and garlic. So this is already chopped up and it's in my sauce. I love this purple garlic. This is so awesome, so beautiful. And as vegans, we love to eat the color of the rainbows. We're all about the veggies. So I will put this in my sauce, which is already doing so well. And I'll tell you guys, if you ever think like, oh, I'm not going to, I'll get a knife here. I'm not going to spend the time to chop my garlic. Instead, I'm going to run out of room. Instead, I'm going to buy garlic. And, get that pre-cut garlic. Don't do it. Here's a way to do garlic that can be very much a time saver. And this way you can have fresh garlic, because fresh garlic, particularly in Italian meals, is going to really make all the difference. So, stable ground here. Oh, yeah, see, this is one of the reasons why I love to cook, like to get out all my frustrations. You see, my garlic is already smashed to bits and ready to go, and now I can dice it. So it's just not going to take a lot of time. So now that I've done that, I'm going to add more garlic to my sauce, because really, if you're like me, you can never have enough garlic in your sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and chop this. You won't really be able to see it right on camera here, but I'm going to chop this real fast. And I'm going to add it to my sauce. It's tricky business to get the camera exactly where I want it for this whole cooking demonstration. But okay, I'm adding this to my sauce, and then I want to show you. Oh, my sauce has been sitting, on the stove for a while. So very good. Oh, really thick. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm going to keep at this. Of course, I added salt and pepper. Of course. But I want you guys to see it. Can you see that? Oh, my poor wrist. Can you see that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the fresh garlic, of course, is going to, simmer right in there with the little bit of onions that I just put in. But very thick and tasty sauce. And that's just been simmering on low with a little bit of salt and pepper now for a while. A little bit of pepper. We'll just do it because that's fun. Yeah, and I've already added salt, so I'm not going to overdo it. Okay, so let's get to eggplant, because that's what we really care about. And of course, I made the fettuccine pasta ahead of time. Oh, and by the way, this is the best thing you'll ever learn out of this demonstration today. When the box says, like this box said, 12 minutes, never boil your pasta for 12 minutes. Don't ever do that. What you really want to do is you want to reduce that by about 1/3. So I boiled, once the water was boiling, I put the pasta in for 8 minutes. That way, when I go to cook it later with the pasta, with the sauce and the eggplant, it's not going to be overdone, because there's nothing worse than overdone pasta. It's a sin. Overdone pasta is wrong. So don't do that. You don't want to do that. So remember, 2/3 of what the box says. Okay, so now I've got my pasta made, got my sauce all ready for me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my dipping station, and I'm going to dip each piece of eggplant into my little concoction here, and then I'm going to bake it. And I'm going to bake it because I'm trying to keep the calories low. I'll have you note I made this sauce with a little bit of vegetable broth to saute the veggies, so no oil. So nothing we have done so far, you know, tomatoes, garlic, onion, spices, a little bit of veggie broth, nothing has oil, and we're gonna keep it that way. So here's my station. You can see I got my 3 things set up, and then I've got my parchment paper on my tray. Okay, so I'm gonna do a cup of soy milk. Soy milk is really my favorite. You could use almond milk. Sometimes people do that. You could use almond milk, but I like soy milk. So, okay, I put in just about a cup of that. Put that to the side. I like to clean as I go, as you guys know. So when I'm done with something, I put it away right away. Cornstarch. Just gonna do a little bit of cornstarch, just a teaspoon, and I'm going to put that in my soy milk, and I'm gonna stir it around. Okay, so station 1 is set up. That's it, soy milk and cornstarch, and stirring. Okay, good to go there. Great, then I have a cup of nutritional yeast. Oh, good. You knew nutritional yeast had to be in there somewhere, right? If you don't know nutritional yeast, oh my God, it has so many good things in it for you. So I love to cook with nutritional yeast. And then I have breadcrumbs. So added bonus, we still don't have oil. We're gonna get crispy eggplant, we still don't have oil. Okay, so I have my station all set up. In fact, I'm even gonna get a little closer. Hope you guys are having a good beginning of summer. Okay, got my eggplant. I dip it in my soy milk and cornstarch. Then I dip it in my nutritional yeast. Then I dip it in my breadcrumbs. Then I put it, I really like to get a lot of breadcrumbs, come on. Okay, then I put it on my piece of paper. And now that's it. I'm just gonna keep doing this until my eggplant is all the way done. Now sometimes, like I said, I did a cup of nutritional yeast and a cup of breadcrumbs. Sometimes, you know, I run out of breadcrumbs faster or whatever, so you might find yourself using 2, but 2 cups of nutritional yeast and 2 cups of breadcrumbs. It just kind of depends on how big the eggplant is. So I see that people are making comments. Thank you. My hands are all, I cannot answer the computer right now, but I will as soon as this goes into the oven. So I'm just setting this up. You're gonna see how fast this is. I'm just setting this up. So right now I've got about 6. Yeah, I'm gonna have 6 in the end on this tray, but I'm not gonna finish it all up for you because of course the eggplant gave me about 15 pieces total. And I'm just gonna show you the first 5 here now. Okay, see how fast this is. All right, let me, okay. Putting this away, not because I'm really done with it, but because I'm not gonna do the whole eggplant for you now, because I just want you to get the idea. Looks like this. Okay, like always with the oven, set it to 350. Like how often do you not set it to 350? Just set it to 350. So, okay, 350. These are going to bake for about 30 minutes. If you can't get them really to be like 1/8 of an inch thick, then you're gonna give it a little more time. These are a little chunky, so maybe 35 minutes, but I'm putting it in. And then, okay, hold on. Okay, not enough room right now, hold on. I'm gonna put those in, just those went in. Okay, but what I'm really gonna do is, magic of television, I'm gonna pull out all the eggplant I made so that I can show you the finished product. Okay, this is what it looks like. This is crispy eggplant. So, can you see that? Hold on. See that? Whoa. Oh, crispy eggplant. So that's what's gonna go on my pasta and pasta sauce, and I'm gonna plate that up right now. So, put that down there for a second. Okay. Give me room, because I must plate my pasta. Okay. And of course, I have mozzarella cheese, but you'll find that it actually isn't necessary. So I find that the eggplant is so tasty in and of itself that I don't have to smother this with mozzarella cheese. And if you did want to smother it with vegan mozzarella cheese, then you'd have eggplant parmesan. So there's something there, right? If you want eggplant parmesan. So that's kind of fun. But if you're holding back the calories, because remember, we didn't use any oil. So, you know, if you're doing that, then maybe you just want to keep it without the cheese. But I got you covered either way. So let's start with our pasta. Still see that on camera? Yeah. I'm going to turn off my sauce, which has really had its day there. I'm going to make sure that my oven is at 350. Okay. You're hungry, right? So we're going to give you a lot of pasta. Sure. Whoa, sticking together a little bit. Okay. So fettuccine is great for this because it's the thicker noodles. Spaghetti would be too thin, I would say, for this. But okay. I'm going to try to plate this as lovely as I can. Then let me get, hold on everybody, dinner's gonna be so good. You can see, right? Yeah. We're going like this. Oh, this pasta sauce is so good. So good for you too. I like it kind of sauce heavy. I don't know how everyone else feels about that. Hi, Carol. Hi, Tom. Hi, One Zen Woman. I love that name, One Zen Woman. While I'm here by the camera, I'm going to say, hi, Pee La. Eggplant. She loves eggplant. Good for her. Okay, so then I'm going to put some crispy eggplant right on top, which has been warming up in the oven. Ooh, this one's really crispy. This guy's almost a chip. You see that? He's almost a chip. Look at that. I'm going to put that on. I like lots of eggplant. Okay, and then I'm going to give myself a little bit more sauce because I like it that way. And my boyfriend does make homemade cheese, so I'm very lucky. So I'm going to put some homemade vegan cheese on this. But like I say, you really don't have to. Just a little bit of like, oh, it looks like a ricotta, but it's actually a homemade vegan cheese. And there you have it. Super fast dinner, crispy eggplant, tomato sauce, fettuccine noodles, and a little bit of vegan mozzarella. And it's crispy eggplant pasta because it's dinner time. Thanks, everybody. If you want the exact measurements of everything that I did today, just go to the scrolling website on the bottom, elysabethalfano.com/recipes. I love to cook for you. Give me all your feedback, all your comments. And if you know restaurants that are not yet vegan, but you think they should be, send them to me. I can veganize any menu. So I work with restaurants. I work with a lot of recipe development. So you think you know somebody who needs some vegan help, just send them my way. Until I see you again next time, which will probably be Tuesday of next week for the Plant-Based Business Hour, and then Wednesday of next week for Awesome Vegans. Until I see you again next week, together we're taking back our health and the health of the planet. Bye, everybody.